and welcome back to my channel. This is your teacher Aubrey on your screen. So for today's video, meron na naman tayong bagong lesson at ang lesson ito ay yung The Laws of Exponents. So itong lesson ito ay prerequisite ng multiplication and division of polynomials. So bago tayo mag-multiply at mag-divide ng mga polynomials, let us understand the laws of exponents. So keep on watching for your bonus answers. So yung mga bonus answers ilalagay ko sa end of this video. So keep on watching. Okay, good morning to everyone. This is our lesson for today, which is the laws of exponents. This is just a prerequisite for us to know how to multiply and divide polynomials. So this is still our module for this week. There are different laws of exponents, namely product of powers, powers of a product, power of a power, quotient of a power, power of a quotient, zero exponent, and negative exponents. We will be tackling these 7 laws of exponents today. So let's begin with number 1, the product of powers. When we say product of powers, this is the notation. The product of powers having the same base is equal to the factor raised to the sum of their exponents. So let's have examples. When we have x squared times x raised to 6, and that is equal to x raised to 6 plus 2. Why? Because they have the same base, which is x, and you can just add their exponent, so you have x raised to 8, and that would be now your final answer. Next example would be m raised to 7 times m squared times m cubed, and you can see that they have the same bases. If they have the same bases, no matter how many are they, you can still apply the product of powers. So their answer is m raised to 7 plus 2 plus 3, and that would be m raised to 12. That would be now your final answer. So let's have again another example. If we have x raised to 7 times m raised to 6, you can notice that they do not have the same base, therefore the product of powers is not applicable. So if you can see this situation, product of powers is not applicable, and therefore the answer is m raised to 6, x raised to 7. Just simple as that. Or you can write it as x raised to 7, m raised to 6. It depends on how you apply your multiplication of polynomials, but for me, arrange that alphabetically. The next rule is the power of a product. To raise a product to a given power, raise each factor inside the parentheses to the given power. So as you can see, the quantity AB raised to m is equal to a raised to m, b raised to m, wherein we distribute the exponent which is outside the parentheses. Let's have examples. The quantity AB raised to 5 is equal to a raised to 5, b raised to 5. Just multiply the exponents in here. As we can see, a and b does not have a written exponent, but it is automatically 1. So 5 times 1, 5 times 1. So you have a raised to 5 and b raised to 5, and that's now your final answer. Next example. How about this one? We have the quantity 2x cubed y squared z raised to 4. It is important to say the quantity because there is a parenthesis in there. 2 raised to 4, x raised to 3 times 4, y raised to 2 times 4, and z raised to 4. So we just simplified this one. When we say 2 raised to 4, it means 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. So your answer will be 16. Wherein x raised to 3 times 4, that's 12, and y raised to 2 times 4, it's 8, and z raised to 4, and that would be now your final answer. Na-distribute yung 4 sa 2, na-distribute yung 4 sa x, na-distribute din yung 4 sa y at sa z. So let's have another example. If we have the quantity 3x raised to 6, then we can have so we have 3 raised to 6 and x raised to 6, and your answer is 729x raised to 6 because 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 is 729. And that would be now your final answer. So let's have the third law of exponent, which is the power of a power. If an exponential expression is raised to a power, write the base and multiply the exponents. So this is just the same as what we did in the second law of exponent. So we have this one, for example, x squared is raised to 5. Then we can say that x is raised to 2 times 5 and x is raised to 10. And that is now your final answer. Next example, if we have the quantity x cubed y squared raised to 4, again we distribute 4 to each exponent. So you can have x raised to 3 times 4 and y raised to 2 times 4, and your answer is x raised to 12 and y raised to 8. And that's now your final answer. Another example is when you have 2 squared raised to cube, and that's 2 raised to 2 times 3, and you have 2 raised to 6, and that is not the final answer, but we just have to simplify that, wherein 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 is equal to 64, and that is now your final answer. The next law of exponent is the quotient of a power. To divide powers having the same base, copy the base and subtract an exponent. So, for example, we have x raised to 6y cubed all over x squared y. Since wala kang nakikitang exponent dito, automatic na ang exponent dito ay 1. So, you have x raised to 6 minus 2, y raised to 3 minus 1. And simplifying that, your answer is x raised to 4y squared. Another example, if we have 18x raised to 6, y raised to 8, z raised to 8, all over 9x raised to 4, y raised to 6, z. Again, as you can see, wala kang nakikitang number dito, so automatic na 1 yung exponent niya. In here, hindi ka magma-minus dito kasi it's division. So, 18 divided by 9, that's 2. Dito ka lang mag-minus sa mga exponents. Ganyan. X raised to 6 minus 4, y raised to 8 minus 6, and z raised to 8 minus 1. So, pag minusin mo lang yung mga exponent ng nasa taas sa nasa baba. So, your answer is 2x squared, y squared, z 7. That is now your final answer. The next law of exponent is on the power of a quotient. This is just the same as the power of product, but in here we are dealing with division, so it's quotient. To raise a fraction to a given power, raise all factors of both numerator and denominator to the given power. So, ganito lang siya. a over b raised to m is equal to a raised to m over b raised to m. So, i-distribute mo lang yung exponent. So, for example, we have the quantity x raised to 6 over y raised to 7 raised to 3. Just distribute. So, x raised to 6 times 3 and y raised to 7 times 3, and that's equal to x raised to 18 over y raised to 21. Another example, if we have the quantity 2x cubed y all over 3y cubed. So, just distribute again the exponent 3, and by simplifying that, we have 8x raised to 9y cubed over 27y cubed. We can use the log cancellation here because this one is the same as this. Or applying the quotient of powers, we just simply have 8x raised to 9 over 27, and that is now your final answer. The next law of exponent is the zero exponent. It says that all numbers raised to 0, the answer is always 1. So, if we have this example, then your answer is 1. Also, if you have this one, your answer is another 1. No matter how difficult it looks like, if the exponent is 0, the answer is simple. It is always 1. And we are down to the last law of exponent, which is the negative exponent. All numbers raised to the negative power, the answer is always the reciprocal of the number with the positive of its exponent. So let's have examples. If we have x raised to negative 5, we know that the reciprocal of x is 1 over x, and the exponent is negative 5. If it is reciprocated, then it will become positive 5. Pag nilagay mo na siya sa baba, magiging positive na siya. Ganon. Another is when you have 2m raised to negative 3 over 3. That's equal to 3 over 2m cubed. Yung negative 3 naging positive na siya. Yung exponent na negative 3 naging positive na siya dito. And that is now your final answer. Basta may negative sa taas or may negative sa numerator, ilagay mo lang siya sa denominator at gawing positive exponent. Gets? Okay, so kung gets nyo, it's your turn. Open your modules and do the activities assigned to you by your teacher. Thank you for watching and God bless you all. So that ends our lesson for today, and I hope you learned something. Again, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe, and click the notification bell below for more updates and more videos. This is your teacher Aubrey, signing off. Bye-bye!